Good morning. So yeah, it's now day 73 of the vlog. It's still Easter weekend, it's Easter Monday, so it's going to kind of still be a bit of an Easter theme today. But essentially, when I've looked at what I've been up to over the last few days, whether that's been iToy, playing active darts, or doing some of these sort of garden Easter games and stuff, essentially what I've been doing is trying to be active in a different way. And last night I was thinking, what could I do for the vlog today? What ideas could I have in mind? And obviously, I'm quite boring, as I've always said. I always seem to do a walk, run, gym. And to be honest with you, whether it's doing an old challenge or not, I'd probably still be doing that anyway. Well, I would still be doing that anyway. But obviously, that's not for everyone. And sometimes it's probably good to think of is how can we be active without realising it? Because even though I've come up with these darts games and stuff, I'm obviously aware that I'm trying to be active. So how can we be active? I've said like washing the cars one, for example, and obviously I'm going to do my 18-minute tidy my room challenge today, where I want to try and tidy my room as much as I can. But are there other ways that we can be active, maybe more without realising it? Some are really obvious, some I've looked up, and there's plenty. I've even written the websites down that I've taken the info from. Some are really weird, and we're going to put some of those into practice as well over the next a bit today and maybe other days as well. So yeah, we'll have a go at that. I'm going to do my little trail walk today. It's not really too traily, it's just a little bit off-road and stuff, but we're going to practice some of the ideas that I got from those training tips. So yesterday you would have seen I watched some training tip videos. We're going to see if we can put some of those into practice as well. First thing we're going to do, I've had my porridge, by the way, as they mentioned, that was one of the main tips. We're going to do a mission on my run, which is basically an idea that again came up with exercise without realising it. So I'll explain that in the next clip. First thing we're going to do is something called LARP, or live action role play, as you would have just seen. This Nerd Fitness has some really strange ideas, but I really like some of them. So today we're going to go on a mission, essentially. I'm going to be a big kid and we're going to do a mission. Now, it normally says that you should just be a traditional character like Spider-Man, Superman. We don't need to worry about that for me because, of course, I have our own superhero, SpongeBob. So I'm going to be my own superhero. And we have SpongeBob, and I'm going to be SpongeBob. This was probably as close as I could get to a sort of cartoony top. I've got a tie like SpongeBob, and of course black because James Bond's a bit more like that. Essentially, the mission today, Donald, if you remember the duck that I put in the hedge, is hopefully still there, but I've heard the shopkeeper was still very angry at me for breaking his Easter egg yesterday and I hadn't paid for it. Has taken him. He's taken the eggs from Donald. So I need to try and collect Donald and bring him home and keep him safe, because apparently this shopkeeper wants Donald's duck eggs. So no more Easter eggs, he wants the duck eggs from Donald. So that's his revenge. That's how he's going to try and take the money from me. Now apparently he's left some clues on the way, so if I find any duck signs, hopefully that will lead me to Donald. That is the plan. So me and SpongeBob are going to go out together. We're going to run and see if we can find the signs that will lead us back to Donald, and we can bring him home safely, because he's been out there now for 70 odd days on his own, and obviously people are now after him, so we've got to keep him safe. So yeah, that is the challenge. SpongeBob, SpongeBond, we're on a mission. Time to get going. SpongeBob, got an idea. I think we should go check the local ponds. I reckon he could potentially be there. That's where I'd go if I was a duck. What do you think? But if you were a duck, I know you're a sponge. Let's just get going. Right, SpongeBob, we're getting closer. Nearly there. Is he going to be there? Be an easy mission if he is. No sign of him, SpongeBob. Oh no. That means we're going to have to go for another one. We'll have to see if there's a clue somewhere. Maybe he's been here. A sign or something. Yes, there is. Right, we'll go this way. SpongeBob, this from the walkie-talkie. I've checked the local bridge. I'm going to ask these guys if they've seen him. They're definitely not Donald. Right, I'll ask them and then we'll find out where we've got to go next. Right, SpongeBob, they sent me this way. There's another sign. So we're on the right path, we're going the right way. See if we can find any more. Found another one. We're definitely going the right way. Oh no, SpongeBob. What if he's been caught in the rides? Let's keep going, let's hope for the best. That's not him. Is he over here? Guys, do you know where Donald is? Obviously not. I wonder if these guys know. Rob, I have news. Donald is apparently back at his original base. So we got to get back there before he gets caught. But he's sent me a message on the walkie-talkie. So we must get there now. We got 20 minutes. Sign behind me. So that means we're definitely on the right path. Let's head back this way. And then hopefully we'll find him. Hopefully he's still where he originally was. You what, SpongeBob, when we completed this mission, I reckon we bring Donald to the dog and duck. That's a tongue twister. Donald, dog, duck. Try to say that 10 times. Right, let's go get him. We're not far away. SpongeBob, we're there. Question is he there? Yes. We've got Donald back. Right, now we got to get home. Oh, it's good to have you back, Donald. It's nice to see you sitting on SpongeBob and making a new friend. Oh, I tell you what, I could feel my hamstring this morning. It is tight. So no more superhero stuff. And maybe a couple of days off running, I think. But right, so we're back in the shop. As you can see, there's 2 big Easter eggs and a little one for Donald over there. Basically, I've got to be really quiet. I've got to hop like a bunny to try and get these Easter eggs. I hope I've only got 1 minute, and then he's going to be back in the shop. So I've got to be really, really quiet. Right, 1 minute's going to start. SpongeBob and Donald are on the lookout for me. SpongeBond, sorry. That's me. He's on a mission. Right, 3, 2, 1, go. There's the first one. Right, this is hard work, SpongeBob. How long have I got? About 30 seconds. Oh, we did it with 10 seconds to spare. Let's get out of this. Role play. Yeah, I quite like it. I have to say, you don't have to be as strange as what I've just done. You don't have to wear a tie like this and go and collect a toy duck. But it was one of the ones I thought initially, that's one of the weirdest things to do, is to act like a superhero. But actually, when you think about it, if you're, a young family, you've got a couple of kids, it's actually a really good way of keeping them active, because they love to be a superhero, and you could maybe plan it the day before and put some, print out a map or something and do like X marks the spot. And you could then go out on a weekend and maybe go and walk it and find these clues. Kids would love that. They're really creative, little kids. And even for adults, I'm saying this is something that may be more targeted towards children. I actually think you could do it as say you're like a running group. You could do like once a month, like some sort of coffee-based thing where you've got to go to these different coffee shops, like a coffee run. And, as I said, just be really creative. It's one of those things you don't have to be dressing up as anything. It could just be literally just a fun game where, you get yourself out and, as I said, read a map, or you go and hide something that someone's got to find and run back. I like it. It's a bizarre thing, don't get me wrong, but I actually think there's definitely some worth in it as well. So yeah, even though I don't expect you to chase little toy ducks, I think that's something I recommend if anyone wants to keep active without really realising it. You don't need to go to the gym for that. You can just be in the great outdoors and yeah, just have as much fun and be as creative as you can with it. This is the one that's a little bit more common, let's say, and maybe a bit more simple to implement. I've just turned up at the gym. I'm at the very furthest part of the car park. It's quiet anyway, to be fair, but as you can see, there's a lot of empty spaces. But most people park really close because obviously they don't need to walk as far. If you park a little bit further back, you can probably get in an extra couple of 100 steps. So, yeah, whether that's going to a gym or, I don't know, whatever, park further away. And that's another easy, simple solution you can do to get some more steps in. Thanks for coming round, Harry. Would you like a cup of tea or coffee? Yeah, I'd love a coffee, actually. Black, no milk, no sugar. Okay, that's fine. Got Bargain Hunt on. I don't know if you want anything else on. Obviously, feel free to change the channel and obviously take a seat. Brilliant. Thank you. Oh no, Harry, you are allowed to use the sofa, by the way. You don't need to sort of sit like that. What do you mean? This is what all ultra runners do. You squat in front of the telly. Okay. Just make sure you let me know how many star jumps you do while the kettle's boiling. I don't do star jumps in front of while the kettle's boiling. You don't do that. That's weird. The other strategy which you've seen to keep yourself active without realising is cleaning your room. I mentioned it for a while. I've been putting it off for a while. It's time to do it. It's time to tidy up, and I want to kind of show you roughly why I do need to. I sort of touched on it a little bit yesterday, but I've got all my fitness stuff over the floor. Obviously my kettle and stuff, that's going to stay there. But I've got all my sprays over there. I've got all the rubbish over there as well. And in that bag, there's exercise equipment. And then I've got all my Huel stuff here. And then all these drawers have just got like masks and cables and all sorts in. And that's before I've even got under the bed. That Union Jack bag there's got other massage bits in and stuff I bought from holiday. Another pair of shoes. And then there's books and slippers and all sorts on the floor. So it needs tidying basically. 18 minutes. I'm going to set the timer. Just see how much I can do. My plan is to try and attack the drawers. I can't even get in that cupboard at the moment because the heel bottles are in the way. So we need to try and find a way of tidying this up. Got to be as quick as I can. As I said, I only get 18 minutes. And then it's not going to be done. But let's see how much I can do in that time. I think that's quite a long time. Okay, so the timer is on the bed. Going to press start. And then we're ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, there's too much stuff out already. Oh, there's a right mess within it. I'm finding things that I didn't even know I still had. So many of those bags. I mean, in there, I had a wallet and a part of a sponge. Right, is that everything out of here? No, what's that? An old phone, headphones, more tape. Right, that'll do. That's the next bit done. 5 minutes to go, and I am absolutely nowhere near done. It looks worse. This is certainly not relaxing. Time up. Right, time to reveal how much of a mess my room still is. This is what it currently looks like. It's a tip. So you're probably thinking, I've absolutely done nothing here and it looks worse. But let's show you what I've kind of done. Yeah, look at that. That looks terrible. I'm going to have to tidy it still anyway, so what a waste of time really. But the one thing I have done, I've cleared the heel boxes. They have gone. And the heels now are in their own drawer with a powder. So that is safe. I've done that one. I've also put... it's stuck. I've put some of my sort of health stuff and plasters and whatever in there, with a couple of oddballs travel bags. Now, I'd undoubtedly be lying to you if I said that this has been another 18 minutes. I'm probably up to an hour now. So, I'm in two minds. Do I throw that away? Probably should, shouldn't I? Maybe I shred it. It might be a bit weird if I put it in a bin and someone sees it. Anyway, let's finish this up, and then I'm going to reveal how much tidier my room looks. Spoiler, it don't look a lot tidier, but you'll see I have thrown a lot of boxes away. Right, just for some perspective, it's now 3 o'clock. Probably looks like 9 o'clock according to the way you're seeing it, but it's 3 o'clock. I went back and looked. I started at 1:30, so it's hardly been an 18-minute challenge in the end, but I couldn't leave it as it was. So does my room now finally look tidier? Well, you're going to see a tour of it now. Okay, so that bit looks a mess still, but I use that every day, so I'm keeping that there. That is deliberate, by the way, and that bag will be in use in a bit. This bag's going to go under the bed, but I just wanted to quickly show you what I've got in it because it's so random. I've got another pair of Sorbophane insoles, an old pair of it, that arm exerciser, and a bubble wand and a load of bubble mixture. So we'll have to use the bubbles for a challenge at some point. But that's going to go under the bed. Now, under the bed now, I've got two giant bags. One which was my old gym bag. And that bag's just got like a load of cables in. That's got folders in. That's my extra like arm wrist weight stuff. My old PlayStation games. And my cheap shoes and another pair of pink shoes. So that's that. Now you're probably wondering, I'm sure you're not, where's the Huel stuff gone? Gym bag's there, but I need that every day. Huel is all in there. Then got my electronics in there, so if I need my massage stuff, I know where to go. All my sort of officey bits and books. And then all my plasters and whatnot in the bottom. Tidied up my side there, look at that. That's not going to last, is it? And then I've put some of my extra sprays and stuff in there. What else have I done? Done so much, honestly. Put all my royal books in there as well. And I've chucked away 5 boxes. So 5 boxes have been chucked away. I think that's looking pretty good. Not going to lie. I've tidied up as well. I had loads of rubbish on here. Again, you probably haven't seen it, but that's a good job done. I think cleaning is a good way of keeping fit. Yes, I do. That was quite a hard workout. You probably can't really tell, but I'm actually quite red in the face going up and down the stairs, chucking bits away. It's not always the most fun, though, I'll be honest. I didn't really enjoy it. It was kind of like a chore, essentially, and I had to finish it, so I couldn't just do it in 18 minutes. But it's a good job done. You feel at the end very satisfied. A little bit like running, to be honest. You don't particularly enjoy doing it at the time, but once it's done, you feel pretty good. So I recommend cleaning as a way of keeping fit without thinking too much about it, without thinking, oh, I've got to go to a gym. Okay, so I'm starting to pack my bag now, ready for a trail walk. You're probably wondering, why am I putting this huge bag in? Well, the one I'd take probably won't be as big as this. But essentially, on the training tips, I did loads of notes yesterday, so I'm going to reveal a couple of them now. One of the ones they recommended, which I starred, was he said, take a plastic sheet for sitting or changing shoes to avoid getting wet. I thought that was a good idea because the amount of times I'm changing my footwear and getting annoyed with the, insoles not being comfortable, the amount of times I have to put my foot on the ground. If it is wet, it's quite useful to have something to put your foot on. A couple of other sort of tips. So obviously I said about the bag one, which I've got in the backpack. They basically say train in your kit. So this was something that obviously I knew anyway, but I do need to start thinking about walking a little bit more often with what's on my back and running a bit more with what's going to actually be in there, because sometimes you can have things that dig in without realising. Even if you don't think it's heavy, it may just be an awkward shape. I've also got a cap on. They recommend wearing a cap because squinting can make you tired. Didn't really think of that, but actually I kind of think that's true.
And they also say, which is why I'm wearing it, I'll probably wear it on the day, is wear like a waterproof jacket or have a waterproof jacket, because you don't want to be wet and outside for long hours. So what I've got on this one, it's got a hood as well. And obviously the good thing with a cap, I won't put it on actually because I've got so many hoods on, but with a cap as well, I can almost protect myself from the rain with it as well, and have a hood to keep the sort of fabric bit of the cap. There's a bee attacking me, by the way. A fabric bit of the cap protecting me. So yeah, plenty of other ideas in mind. Left, right, or straight ahead. We'll go straight ahead. My goal was to find the church, and thankfully I've got there. Didn't even need a map for this one, so I'm going to turn around now. I've been out 45 minutes, just done over 30,000 steps. Time to try some of those other ways to keep active though, without realising it. Another way apparently to keep yourself active without really realising it is doing handstands and cartwheels, basically being a big kid again. So I'm going to have a go. I've never been able to do a handstand or a cartwheel, but as I brought this bag and I don't really need it for my shoes or anything, we'll try and do a handstand and a cartwheel using that as a place to put my hands down. Let's give it a try. Right, the handstand first. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh no. I don't even know how you start. Right, well, I can't do that. Let's try cartwheel. I don't even know how to do one. Generally, that was me trying. I'll tell you what, there's something very therapeutic though about going on sort of trail walks and runs. It's just so much quieter. Like, it's really still now, but there's nobody in front, nobody behind. And yeah, it just feels really relaxing. The other good thing as well, there's plenty of places if you need to go to the toilet, because I've just drunk all my electrolyte drink. So yeah, I'm sure at some point I'll probably need to before I get back. But that's the one good thing. You don't need to worry as much here, because you can go in a hedge or something, and yeah, as long as you don't get attacked by a bear, I've got my whistle, I'll be alright. Really sure the padlock's going to be much use here, considering there's basically no fence in the first place. So yeah, I don't think standing in the back garden 2 inches off the floor is what they mean by climbing the tree, but done it, I guess. That's it for today. So yeah, I've shared a few bizarre ideas of keeping active without realising it. Obviously, you still know you're being active ultimately as well, but basically, can you make exercise fun has always been the theme. And I've tried to do that through the vlogs, whether that's playing iToy or active darts and stuff, just trying to find ways I can find, make it fun. I really enjoyed doing that mission today. And again, if you've got like kids and stuff, maybe that's an idea you can do. You can be active in a way you enjoy it. You definitely don't need to sign up for a gym or go for runs. In terms of tomorrow, definitely no running. I can feel my hamstring, so I've got my massage gun ready to work on it. Obviously, I don't want to do anything too silly now and overdo it and make it worse. So I'm going to be really sensible for the next couple of days. I've got a fun thing planned tomorrow though. So essentially what we've got planned is how, if you're going out for the night or if you're going to a party or whatever, as an ultra runner, how can you look after yourself to make sure you don't, drink too much or anything like that. So I'm going to show you a strategy or I'm going to do a role play again, essentially, of how to be healthy while going out or going to a house party. So yeah, hope you'll enjoy that one. But again, most importantly, I hope you've enjoyed today's, and catch you later.